Hello everyone, I'm Valaine, and this is the Clay Soldiers Civilization project by the Sneaky Bros. And in this video, and over the next couple of videos, we're going to be looking at all the builds that I have done. We're going to be discussing them, we're going to be talking about potential Easter eggs, we're going to look at how things were built, and we're going to discuss the future of the builds, and if I would make any changes, if anything would be done differently, anything you guys can look forward to that you might not have time, or the Sneaky Bros might not have time to show you on their channel. So, episode 1, this is the first episode, we're going to be looking at all things elven. So, we started where I started on the project, which was building this gigantic tree. Now, the elven civilization originally started out as these couple of these tree houses here, and they're very simple, and they were quite easily constructed. I didn't make them. I think the Vale and Ziklag did these together, but they're quite a simple design. But they wanted like a treetop wood elf kind of theme, so I rolled with that when I rocked up to the project, and we built this big tree. And this took, I think, 3 to 4 days solid work. I was building it for about 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours a day. It was a long process. I'd never ever attempted to build this big before. Usually, my building expertise would go as far as that. I wouldn't be able to do anything much past these kind of things. So I took a dive, and Ziklag trusted me, and he told me, you can build this big tree if you want, just don't screw it up. So I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do that. So what I've done is we're going to look at some of the design aspects behind it and things, and we're going to talk about things I would probably do differently given the chance. So uh, let's start with a positive. Something I really like about the trees is the branches that come out of the side of the trees where the elves' homes now are. So if we come down here, we're on a tree branch right now, but you can go down into here and you're in a little pod, and I call them the little tree pods, because they sit on the branches, they sit in the leaves, and they sort of float, just nestled into the tree. They're living with nature, which is kind of the wood elf theme that we were going for with the other trees. But I've built them all living on the big tree, which is something I really liked about this civilization, and building this tree was making these little pods and thinking about where I could put them and how I could use different kinds of wood. And there's a couple of hidden ones. I will show you a little Easter egg. Where is it? There it is. We're not going to show you what it says, but there's a sign there. There's a sign up in that one as well, and yeah, there's a sign in this one. All the ones you can't get to usually without on survival mode. There is actually a way up this tree, all the way up the tree to get to the top here without having to use flight. There is a path. I actually put the path in. Good luck trying to find that one, but that's part of the challenge. If you can get up there, there is a little Easter egg up in the top of the tree. But that's not even the main Easter egg of the tree. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about something now that I wish I'd done differently, and that is the shape of the tree. Now, if I can, I'm going to bring up some footage of what the tree looked like right at the start of the build. Just you can see it's kind of a weird shape. It didn't change, and that's really kind of bugged me, because if the closer you get to the tree, the more you realize it is just a flat wall. And I don't know that any trees in nature have a perfectly flat wall like that, let alone on 3 different sides. So it served its purpose in the sense that I wanted it to do 2 longer walls. It's more of a rectangle than a tree shape. But if you get right down to it, look at that there. It's just a huge flat surface, and that really bothers me. So I'm thinking in the future for the elven tree and the elven civilization, if I get some time and I get enough interest and people wanting to see this done, we're not going to burn the tree. We're not going to hashtag burn the tree, which is something people have been asking for since I built this thing. But we are going to possibly go in and reshape the tree, make the tree look more like a tree, and then I can tweak all the other things around it and maybe add more branches. Fix up the tree afro, because the top of the tree looks alright, but it's a bit, what's the word, it's just a bit all over the place. I want to tidy it up a little bit, make it look a little more tree-like. We had a condition when I was building this tree that it can't go higher than Skytown. So if we just 2 blocks lower than Skytown's islands, so I stuck to the rules. That's that's what we're going with. Let's talk about the inside of the tree and the tree roots afterwards. But the inside of the tree, I'm actually quite happy with the inside of the tree, apart from obviously the flat walls, which I wish I could do more with. I would probably add a couple of extra things around the walls, make it look a bit more civilization-y, a bit more busy. Maybe add some stuff to the pillar in between. This is obviously supposed to be a place where they commune and they all come together and they're all around here. So I want to make it a little more busy looking and just a bit more extravagant, really. I like the pathways around the outside. I like how you can go in and out of the giant tree. That's really good. That was something I was really happy with. I like, obviously, the more pods are up here, but the inside's pretty good. Let's go up first. So obviously the princess and Ointharion are going to be staying. There's nothing I could change about Ointharion. I like this sort of the indoor grotto areas like this, trees inside trees. That's kind of nice. I like the war council. I think the war council's fine. That can stay. Maybe tweak it around a little bit, make it more clay soldier sized. But apart from that, everything's fine there. The skywalk, can't argue with the skywalk. You get a nice view when everything's loaded of the rest of the project from up here. They can overlook all what the purples are doing. And obviously, elves like to collect riches and stuff, so they have a big bank. And I like the bank. The bank's fine. I'll probably do a little bit more in the bank. Maybe make some partitions so people can form orderly queues. Maybe knock a little hole out of here, so just sort of have people working in the bank rather than it looking like a prison. Let's see, what else have we got to talk about? Let's go inside again and go down to the bottom floor, and we can talk about the bottom floor because it's a bit of a mystery. Obviously, down here it's just more books and stuff, and again, I'd like to make it busier. I might even change these glowstone things out because they are a bit blocky. Don't know yet. I haven't quite decided on that. But these emeralds, while green, still a bit loud, still a bit sort of just out of place. The tunnel leads out. That's okay. It's something I'm looking at changing, and it's something I think if enough of you got behind and you wanted to see something new, and you wanted to see this tree get upgraded in a way, I could spend the time to do that. But if you actually just like the tree the way it is and you think it looks fine, then again, let me know, because I'm going off feedback here. So, on to the Easter egg. Now, the Easter egg itself is hidden behind here, and you can get here by jumping off the top floor there, landing on that tree and jumping down here. And you can come down here, and if we just go down, it's this is something I built as a sort of, it started out as a joke from a live stream, and I was like, I'm going to run with it. But you can travel over the dangerous traps laid by the elves to protect what's down here. And then you come through the water, and you are in the secret garden. And inside the secret garden, obviously, it's just more trees inside trees. I'd probably add flowers and grass and stuff down here. If I was going to do it again, I'd probably leave this area as it is. It's supposed to be an Easter egg. You're not supposed to know what's in here. But there is actually a pig that's normally in here, and it's Ointharion, the elven pig. And they guard the elven pig because it's a bit of a running joke, but the elves' immortality is because they have this immortal pig that they eat bacon from. So, there you go. That's the elven tree in a nutshell. We've talked about things we'd like to change. We've talked about things we would like to see differently. Things like these tree roots, they're okay, but they need to be longer, they need to be bigger. It doesn't look like these tree roots would have enough hold on the ground to keep this massive thing up. So, again, more things to change there, more things to do. Mess around with the wood, change the shape of the tree, and yeah, it's looking alright. The civilization itself is pretty good. I'm happy with how the elves have come out. They've got this nice little watchtower here that they got from winning a battle with the swamp people. Things things have come along nicely, but for this episode, we're only talking about the tree. Next episode, we're talking about Skytown. So, any feedback you've got about the tree, anything you would like to see happen to the tree, change about the tree that isn't just burn it down, because while I understand a lot of people want to see the tree burn down, that might be an end of civilization project kind of thing. Like if there is an end, if there is going to be an end to this, I think this tree being on fire might be the end screen of that. So if you've got any other suggestions apart from setting it on fire, leave a comment down below. I do read them. I read them on my old channel. I read them on this one. I will respond to you and I'll talk to you and we can talk about the ideas that you've got. And yeah. So, I've been Valaine. Thank you very much for watching and listening to me talk about this tree. Next episode, we're talking about the Skytown. And then the episode after that, I think we're going to be looking at the oranges. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.